So it is 1 o'clock a.m. on Wednesday, May 10th, and I am being prevented from sleeping at this hour by a psychopath slash cyber criminal slash sex offender slash obsessive stalker named J. Irizarry, who for the last 8.5 hours now, and possibly longer, has been sitting directly behind the wall of my kitchen sink in the bathroom of an empty vacant unit, smoking marijuana, cigars, and cigarettes almost continuously since 4:15 p.m. and it's now 1 a.m. So that's over 8 hours, 8.5, almost 9. This person is not normal. Normal people do not pick the locks of empty vacant units, or maybe she still has a key because she used to live in that unit and now lives one unit over in unit 79, and squat in their old empty vacant unit. And squatting is a proper term for illegally accessing and using an empty vacant unit. And she squats in the bathroom of that unit and smokes psychotically for hours behind the one wall that unit shares with my living space, which is the wall behind my kitchen sink. That unit 78's bathroom also shares a wall with my bathroom. But because I don't spend that much time in my bathroom, most of the fumes and disruption come from the wall behind my kitchen sink. This person is an obsessive psychotic, meaning they have nonstop compulsive thoughts that lead to nonstop compulsive behaviors that they're obviously incapable of controlling. And that's what makes them a criminal. That's also what makes people criminally insane. So when people are criminally insane, they are psychotically compulsive in their behaviors. For instance, molesting people or stealing things or hacking into electronic devices, or, perving and creeping all over people, like in the subway stairwells, when you see people going up the stairs. And yeah, I'm not going to go into all the specifics of people's crazy behaviors, and of the behaviors of psychotic compulsives specifically, but most psychotic compulsives are sex offenders, or thieves. People compulsively steal things. That's a psychotic compulsive disorder. But the person who's sitting directly behind the wall of my kitchen sink right now is a psychotic compulsive in many respects, and she is a sex offender. She has some serious issues with what other people do on their toilets and becomes violent, disruptive, aggressive, and psychotic whenever other people try to use their toilets, specifically myself. I don't know if she does this to other people. All I can speak to is what I've experienced pretty much every day for the last 8.5 years that this person has lived directly behind the wall of my toilet in Unit 78. Apparently, she was moved out 6 months ago to Unit 79, but continues to easily access the vacant, empty unit of 78, which is perpetually vacant for some reason. Management never rents it. It's strange. There's a housing crisis in Boston. Why is 78 empty continuously for over 6 months now? But anyway, the psychotic, compulsive, obsessive sex offender continues to access her old unit and engages in nonstop tapeworm-like behavior directly against the shared walls. She's not even like a few feet away from the shared walls. The smoke is coming. It smells like the wall itself is smoking. That's how intense the smoke is from that unit. So it's 1 a.m. and I've had to open my window about 1.5 feet. See, it's open. And my air conditioner is going. Even though it's 48 degrees outside, but it feels like 45, and there is no heat in this unit, and it's cold. It's freezing, actually. I'm cold. It's in the 40s, but I had to open my window and turn the air conditioner on for ventilation in this place. But my point is, there's a huge difference between reporting other people's psychotic, compulsive, dysregulated behaviors and being psychotic and compulsive and dysregulated, which I am not. But stupid people think that I am crazy because they don't like what I say and they don't understand what I'm trying to explain to them. There's a huge difference. Most people with an average IQ or above are able to discern when people are verifiably, quote, crazy, or when their behavior, thoughts, and actions fall within the normal range, which mine always do. I do not engage in crazy behavior, and if I am engaging in behavior that appears to be crazy, it's usually not an accident. For instance, when I like to shout insults at the walls of my unit, specifically one wall, the wall behind my kitchen sink. It's not an accident. I do that when I am pretty sure that the psychotic, obsessive stalker, who's not supposed to be behind that wall anyway, is sitting behind that wall. And I start shouting insults at that wall to get a reaction from behind that wall, just to see if if my hunch is correct, right? Like, I think, okay, there's somebody smoking behind that wall. Is there really someone behind that wall? How do I find out? I obviously can't access that unit physically because that would be trespassing. And I'm a law-abiding, logical person. So I'm not going to go breaking and entering into a unit just to see if there's somebody sitting in it. So what I do is I make really nasty comments to the wall where I suspect that there is a psychotic, obsessive, eavesdropping stalker sitting behind it. And when I get an immediate reaction from behind the wall, when I, shout things, not too loud, but, loud enough for anybody behind the wall to hear, then I know that I'm right. So my shouting insults at the wall, sometimes I do that for, 15 minutes. That's not an accident. That's deliberate. It doesn't mean that I'm crazy. It actually means that I'm pretty intelligent, and I'm testing out a theory that there is somebody sitting behind the wall of an empty, vacant unit that nobody should be in. And when the person sitting behind that wall starts getting all violent and aggressive because I'm calling them all kinds of horrible names through the wall, then I know that I'm right. Does that mean that I'm crazy? Absolutely not. It means that I'm extremely strategic. There's a difference, you effing idiots. So whoever wants to think that I'm crazy, go right ahead, but you're just letting your stupid show.